the alternative. It is simple like this. At the moment, if a player has less, in special cases, increment is less than 30 seconds or something like this. If a player has less than 5 minutes, there's no obligation for him to write the moves. The opponent has still to write the moves. The proposal here is that if one player has less than 5 minutes in this situation, that the opponent has the same option that he has not to write the moves. This is, I think, simply what is written in H4, H5. Any comment? Igor?
With Stuart, we exchanged a lot of emails, and I am strongly against.
Now I understand that he went home.
Yes.
Okay.
That was a month before, 2 months before. I'm strongly against this article for one reason. If we choose...
You are against or he was against?
No, I'm against this.
Oh, you?
Because at least 2 more things I have found. First of all, we have no increment and you have only 1 minute left. I have 1 hour and a half. In this case, I also should have alternative and claim draw basing on 10-2. The second example, I play with blind player. He has right not to move moves at all. I also insist that I should have right not to move at all starting from the beginning. Perhaps somebody can find something similar. For me it was very clear before, in order to have right not to sign move, you should have less than 5 minutes, in spite of how many moves or how many times is the opposite player. But even if we follow it, it's very strange. For example, a player has less than 5 minutes, 4, and he still continue moves. If we read this, that the other player also should continue writing. And what about player, if he has less than 5 minutes, nobody can stop him to write only half moves, for example, moves by white, and so on and so on. I think the old version was very good. It was very familiar to all chess players, old and new one. If this change, I think it's logic to change to article status. Thank you.
Mr. Filipovic, and then Mr. Luther.
I support Igor's proposal just to keep previous version. I think we can find many other arguments regarding this situation when one has less than 5 minutes, the second must continue at the moment. His score sheet is good for arbiter, by the way, because in other way arbiter must stay and recording the moves. So if you have big open, for instance, with mechanical clock, you are obliged to keep the score of both players. Then at least one player is continue with score sheet. So, and many others I don't wish to mention.
In your opinion, from a practical point of view, it is better?
It's better to keep.
Okay. Mr. Luther.
Yes, since one of the previous speeches mentioned blind players, there are really problems with keeping score. So we should remind that Article 8, this is just about recording the moves. It's not about writing the move. And soon we will sit here in a few years where writing moves is not anymore needed because we have videotapes, we play on electronic boards. We shall take in consideration that right now, there's this all these tournaments for disabled players where we just plan to have no writing at all. So this is just a political wish to have chess more competitive and to have a better presentation of chess. So we should also take this into consideration, that just writing is just not part of the competition, but just playing the game itself. Okay, thank you.
Okay, Franca, here.
At least I think we can. At least I think we can add that if the opponent has more than twice the time of the player who has not to write, but could happen that one player 4 minutes and the other 40 minutes. and the arbiter cannot stay and follow all the games.
Okay. Yeah.
Only a question: if you introduce this rule, shall it apply for more than only for the last time period, or for all time periods? It should be clarified.
If you have less than 5 minutes in a period, at the end of the period,
A period.
No, first of all, hello, go further. At the end of the hand. Yeah.
I need an arbiter for each word.
I echo some of the previous comments. I believe Igor Filipovic. It's a lot easier for the arbiter. And one of the beautiful things about the 30-second increment is not standing there and having to record these games as they wind down. So I know as an arbiter, when I have at least one player with more than 5 minutes, it's not a problem for me. I think other suggestions to go with double the time and stuff like that, but then you're double checking. Like, so it's 4 minutes and 8:50, and then he goes down to 7:50, and then it's just extra work. The old ways seem to work fine. And what I'd like to add to it too is the old rule really drove some better behavior from the players. I find that in the old days with the analog clocks, with both people blitzing each other, you just get into some behaviors that lead to incidents that in terms of leaders don't get anymore, because there's a more civilized process now with the 30-second increment, and with if one player has to write the moves down, it just puts a buffer on negative behaviors.
Mr. Krause?
I'm in the role of the arbiter with 300 players and 3 arbiters. All this at the end of the first time period with old clocks. We can live with that, with the new rule, if it comes to force, but we cannot, we have not the possibilities to write the moves, so the only outcome would be that the cases where the time period ends with a number begins with 41, move 41 will increase. That's a consequence. Or otherwise we can say to the players, if you are not obliged to write the move, but if you do not, you have no proof, we cannot check the number of moves. That's a practical result.
Okay.
If you like it, I don't know, but this is a result.
Takis?
As a chairman of the Arbiters Commission, I have to support the arbiters, as you understand. For sure, this is very difficult. It makes arbiters' life difficult during the tournament, so I am against. My question is this. This happened in the past. Yes, we had this rule in the past. Many years ago. And we were trying to persuade the arbiters that we have to teach the arbiters that, okay, everybody has to write, the players will not stop to write. Why we change now this rule? Every change must have some story behind it. Somebody proposed because he has something in his mind. This is my question. Why we proposed this? What is the story behind this change? And we come back to old regulations. This is my question.
Igor?
Also, one more remark. If the second play is, let's say, very principled, why he is not allowed to sleep, let's say, half an hour, to go to buffet, to wait until he has less than 5 minutes and play blitz? What's the problem? It's
a well-known trick. I've seen it once. Kochno against Jadou. Jadou, weak player, but Kochno had the lost position. And he was waiting until he had less than 5 minutes, and then he started to blitz him on the game.
I think we had this in the past, but it was only for the last period, for the guillotine ending.
Anybody else? Mr. Sloan?
Yeah. I think one person asked, what is the story behind this change? I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the real expert is Carol Jarecki, because she actually writes the rules, not only enforces them. But as far as I know, these rules are the United States Chess Federation rules. And by the way, the United States Chess Federation is strenuously objecting to a new FIDE initiative that USCF has to follow FIDE rules in USCF tournaments.
May I interrupt you?
Yeah, okay.
There was a meeting of 5 persons of the US Chess Federation with Mr. Stuart Ruben, and in this meeting it was decided to present this alternative. It was not, as far as I know, only Mrs. Jarecki.
Okay. That's all.
Carol?
Perhaps I should speak for myself. I see no reason to change this. I don't like the rule as it is in the United States.
Okay, can you?
The players were objecting to have to keep score if their opponent didn't have to keep score. A long time ago, they were saying, look, if I managed to manage my time better than he did, why am I now being penalized by having to keep score when he doesn't have to? But I agree with the USCF. I disagree with the USCF. I agree with the FIDE rule as it has been all along, that the player who still has time on his clock should continue to keep score.
Good. This case is clarified now. Okay, Mr. Sloan?
Yeah, I'm satisfied. Thank you. You gave the answer I wanted to hear.
May I, Mr. Burke?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was in that meeting as well in New York, and it is correct. This is as a result of the meeting between Stu Rubin and us in the USCF. I agree with Carol. I like the FIDE rule fine. Only the player who has less than 5 minutes, but as Carol mentioned, the players in the US have this feeling that if he doesn't have to keep score, I shouldn't have to either. But personally, I like the way it is in FIDE, yes.
Okay. I think Mr. Sloan, being a gentleman, will offer a cup of coffee after the meeting to Carol. Anybody else? Mr. Bond. Hell Bond.
Right again. My solution to this problem is I refuse to arbitrate a tournament that doesn't use increments. Thank you.
Who is in favor for the alternative of the whole meeting? Raise your hand. We will not kill you. You may raise your hand.
They don't wish to risk. They don't wish to risk.
May I go to the next point? Christian, you had an interesting remark, or?
No, it was an error.
Sorry?
Against.
It was illegal. Okay.
I was against.
Okay.
You want to delete it?
Yeah. Yes,
I have a question.
No.
If nobody are in favor of this alternative, why we talk so good?
No, I like to explain you. You know, I want to give everybody the chance to give his opinion. And every time when I had in mind, now we stop the discussion, a hand was raised. And I want not to have the image that I stopped somebody or that I was manipulating. This is why I gave everybody the floor.
Clarification. I preferred this if a player have an additional time to stay separate and have the second part of the article. Only for wording.
Let me do first something else to delete this.
Okay.
You have not to upload.
No applause.
Why do you delete 8.4?
We don't need it.
Yeah,
It's already
it's already
It's
there.
okay? It's already above there.
It's already
I just have a question of procedure. Will all these deleted rules be presented to the General Assembly again? I mean, will they be going over this whole thing again?
And you like to split here, huh? 8.4.
8.4 it was better right for
Okay.
later.
You know, okay, what I will do is I write you Franca.
Okay.
I'm waiting for your proposal. Okay? And then at the end of our meeting, we can discuss it again. Because when we have
Wish to Madame Franca as to the number 8.4.
No, okay. 8.6. I think same. Oh, beg your pardon. Excuse me.
Yeah.
You have duplicate text in 8.5 and 8.6 A and B.
Sorry. 8.5.
And 8.6. The A and B are duplicates in 8.6, so
Wait a minute. 8.7. No. Is this the same?
I'm sorry.
No.
Sorry.
One is
Misreading.
One is before, one is after.
Yes. But I saw something else. No, I think it's okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Carol.
Don't go so fast. 8.6B.
Yes?
I think I wrote earlier that it should be added that he completes his score sheet on his own time. I think it should be inserted there. If one player has to keep his, if one player has to update his score sheet completely before moving a piece on the chessboard while his clock is running or on his own time or something like that.
Well, it's implied.
It's implied, but it's okay.
Yeah. Because in 8.6 it's written, if neither player keeps score, then immediately after flag for the arbiter shall stop the chess clock.
Yes, but if, yeah, okay. So the clocks are stopped. If both players have to update the score sheets, the clocks are stopped.
But the alternative would forbid a player from updating his score sheet if his opponent was thinking about a move, and you probably don't want that to happen either.
Okay, we can. It is not bad to add it, but there's no need for it. But I think it's not so bad.
It's quite good.
But as I said, it may forbid.
The players use this.
Updating his score
Yeah.
sheet.
We have to try to add some clockman running, something like this.
Okay.
Okay?
Maybe this.
No, we will make a good sentence.
Yes, because you know that a both player can miss the move sometimes. You know.
No, but it's if only one player has
Yes.
not kept. Oh, it's my mistake. It should be on top. Sorry. Okay. 8.7 is okay. Yeah. Which one?
In 8.6c,
Yeah.
we have to decide if made or completed is correct. I think completed.
Made completed as well, yes.
Update.
The fourth line,
No, I think it is correct. Look, he shall first record the actual game position, clock times, whose clock was running, and the number of moves made, because it is possible that he made a move, and then he has to record this move as well.
So keep made.
Yes.
Made, but the other moves before, they are completed already. Probably I have to change the order, because you first completed moves and then a made move. This is correct.
Then I think made is enough. Every move is made, and then he will be additionally completed.
According to the new definitions.
Okay.
Yeah.
No principle. Delete, made, and completed.
No,
And then he wants to have only made.
It's possible that the move has been made but hasn't been completed
Exactly.
by pressing the clock.
Exactly.
So it could be made and it could be completed.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yes.
If both is possible, then maybe delete it both.
No, we need made.
We need nothing. Okay.
Okay, the number of moves.
Yeah.
Please take into consideration that this text was checked many years.
Simply the number of moves?
Number of moves played.
It's easy.
Played.
Well, you'd have to then
No, no.
you'd have to introduce
No,
what's played in
no,
the
no,
exam.
no.
Finally, we have the definitions.
I think it is not wrong what is not.
Okay.
Yeah? 8.7, the same. Oh, sorry, this is my 8.8, the 7.
It's okay.
Yeah, in connection with 8.8, I like to make a remark regarding claims. You know, we try to clarify it in another article later. Is it written that a player may claim even when he has signed the score sheet?
But it is very dangerous.
Okay.
We'll discuss it.
9.1. No, no,
Mr. Eisen.
wait, one moment, wait. Yeah.
Okay.
Regarding Article 8 or 9?
9.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm giving you the official viewpoint of the French Federation. As you know, we've been experimenting this year, recently, with tournaments where it's impossible to, we play as if there's no possibility of the player being able to offer a draw to his opponent. No, we played this in our national championship, in our national junior championship, with no problem at all, really, just the games are a little bit longer. Of course, it's maybe not adapted too well to team play, that I would admit. We also had our first year in our national championship in the top division where we didn't have any boring draws or things like that or the players were gone after 5 minutes. So it was a very, very positive experience. And I'd also like to say it's very difficult to be considered serious as a sport, where it's possible for the two players to agree to a draw. There's no sport where you can do this. So the position of the French Federation is that the mention of the draw should be taken away from the chess rules completely. Thank you.
Is that a formal proposal? Is that a formal proposal?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's a formal proposal which was voted by our federations. Yeah, we can draw, but it's possible to operate without it.
Can that be forwarded to? Can the word?
Yeah, I sent it to Stuart actually. That he didn't. I don't think he brought it. He didn't bring it forward.
You want to delete 9.1?
Yeah, I know it's very complicated. Maybe it'll be for the next time, because it's quite a. But I'd like to. We can have the sentiment of the. What do people think of this? We can at least talk about it anyway.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I made a mistake in Article 8. I forgot something. There was a proposal from CAA, now I remember, instead of 5 minutes, this not writing the moves, to change it to 2 minutes. And I forgot it. But I see only. Is anybody in favor of this proposal? Anybody again? In favor? Okay, one. More. Who is against? Who abstains? No. Doesn't vote? Commission? Who is in favor? 2 minutes instead of 5 minutes?
Zero.
No. I saw one hand. Who prefers still 5 minutes? Okay. Sorry for the mistake. Okay. May I make it very short? 9.1, French Federation proposes to delete Article 9.1.
And also other, of course, there's other
Okay.
repercussions.
Just a few.
Okay, first of all, let us discuss it. The proposal of the French Chess Federation is to delete 9.1. It means draw offers are not possible at all. Finished.
Carol?
Microphone.
I'll talk. And Carol Jurgi does not write the rules for the Youth Chess Federation. But anyway, I think it's very impractical. These rules are for not just grandmasters and national championships with lots of supervision by arbiters. They're for all sorts of various tournaments, and the draw rule has been around since I don't know how long. I think we should not change it, and we should not delete it. If the tournament has a special rules for each particular event, they can say we don't allow any draws or whatever. But you can't make a rule that way in the laws.
Andre?
I think that such a proposal must be made at least 1 year before our meeting, because it is too serious proposal and radical proposal, and we should have a time to discuss this. Thank you.
Werner?
Mr. Chairman, currently we have more games played without an arbiter than games with arbiter. We need a solution for that games. So we cannot delete 9-1 completely.
Igor?
First of all, the same words which were told by Andrzej Filipovich, it's not possible to discuss this just 5 minutes before. And second, we should have some more practice and to use this rule, I mean not allowing to have a draw, wider all over the world and see practice. If some national federations, starting from French Federation, then could make the national rules that draw is not allowed, let have be 10 federation, 20 national federation, then we will see. Thank you.
Stone hand at the end. Yeah. No, to the left, there.
I don't know whether it's practical in a chess game if we remove this.
If players want to draw, they'll find a way to draw. So if we eliminate the agreed draw, we'll see a lot more threefold repetitions. And as far as the integrity of the sport, it's going to start looking silly.
I'm not sure, Mr. Boyd, did you agree with him or not?
No.
Okay.
No, didn't count that
because
much.
first of all you started like this and then...
No. Well, it's part
So we'll
true
see.
and part not true. Yeah.
And we may see a reduction overall in drawn games, but we will see more threefold occurrences in claims.
Christian?
That I can send it in. I'll come back and tell you what happened.
As you know, I really don't like this proposal, but it is the only consequent way to fight the draw. And short or long, we have to come to the decision what to do with this problem with the draw. Either to forbid it, the proposal of the draw, or to allow it. But all solutions, 30 moves, no limits for seniors and no limit and so on, it's all artificial. It's not, I think it is not correct, it will spoil our game. But if we have want to be consequent, then we have to delete the rule. This is another game then.
Our colleague from Canada.
Hi, Harris from Canada. I agree with what Hal's saying about players who want to draw will find another way to draw. But I do applaud the French Federation for trying this. I wouldn't have thought of this before, and I think it's quite something. I guess what I'm thinking this is that players are starting to, going into a repetition situation, they're reconsidering, they just don't have that outlet to immediately just offer the draw and get out of there. So maybe this is something, but I strongly agree with Igor and Mr. Filipovich. We really need to take time to look at this. And let's see what the results are from the French Federation and any other federations that try it.
Mr. Boyd, you want to say something? You want to finish the discussion?
Yeah, just to say that the result is, of course, there are much more repetitions, but the games are played out. In fact, they play out until the game is completely equal, and they go a lot longer. In fact, it's much cleaner chess.
Can you agree that I don't vote? I think it's clear. Okay, who supports Mr. Boyd from France? Who is in favor of this proposal? Who is against? Okay, thank you.
Do we want to hold? Do we want to then pick this for next time? Well, thank you.